12-year-old Dylan Harrison lost her life on August 16th while attending a scuba diving certification class in Terrell, Texas. Since Dylan's death, there's been a lot of outrage on the way that the Kaufman County Sheriff's Department has handled this investigation. In this photo, you can see Dylan Harrison getting prepared to make her first dive. Her family states that she was very excited about getting her certification so she could start diving with her father and her grandfather. There was 8 participants in the class that day, and they had their dive master and their instructor, William Armstrong. Now, Armstrong is also a Kaufman County Chief of Police. During the first dive, there was a little bit of confusion with one of the students, and that is when Armstrong brought them all to the surface. But here's where the stories differentiate just a little bit. Armstrong states that he brought the whole class up the proper way on a line, one at a time. The participants of the class state no, he brought them all up to the surface at one time with no line. That is when the class made the second dive. They were supposed to go down to a 14-foot platform. Then when they came to the surface, there was a head count and Dylan was missing. Now, one of the participants in that class that day did an interview with the news, and he stated that Armstrong did dive back under to find Dylan. Then he came up just a few minutes later, stating that he couldn't find her. That is when Armstrong went under for the second time. He wasn't down there very long till he came back, and then he got out of the water. Now, according to professionals, dive instructors are the first ones in the water and the last ones out. Witnesses said that Dylan's mother was frantic. Of course she was. And she was yelling, "Why aren't you doing anything? Why aren't you finding my child?" And instead of Armstrong diving back into the water, he got into his car, drove down the banks of the lake to find help. Now, everyone was very confused on why he got into his car to look for help. He is a professional scuba diving instructor, so he should have been diving and looking for Dylan. But Armstrong did find another instructor that was performing a scuba diving instructor's class. He is the man who found Dylan 45 feet away from the platform where they were supposed to be diving at. Now, this man did go to the hospital with Dylan and her family. Now, later, when he called the Kaufman County Sheriff's Department to give a statement, Kaufman County Sheriff's Department told him this case was closed. That is when family, friends, and even witnesses that were there that day became outraged that Kaufman County Sheriff's Department was not doing their job. And the question was, why? But I'll have to put that in my next video.